I'd rather like to spend someone else's money for once. Pretty sure I'm somewhat dyslexic with numbers. I have a hard time reading them out. Hey everyone, what's up? I'm back. Of course I'm back. I never go anywhere. I just don't post consistently. I'm Dajana. If you're new here, I make YouTube channels about money, my personal paying off debt journey, and I thought I would do another financially independent series episode since it's almost exactly 1 year to me moving out on my own, and I thought I would kind of go over my total spending for the past year and going through everything and telling you guys how much I have spent on rent, food, miscellaneous, my car payments, insurance, investing, and kind of what I've learned about living on my own. Do I regret it? Do I wish I did something different? Do I wish I stuck it out living with my parents and just saved up some more money for a down payment and bought my own condo? Stay tuned. I will go through all of that with you guys. So if you guys didn't know, I moved a year ago into my own place instead of buying a place. I'm renting now. And my reasoning behind that was just my mental health was not great. I was driving very far for work, spending a lot of money on gas. And at the time, and still, honestly, everything is still going up, the prices of condos was just not appealing to me. I did not want to go in that much debt for a shitty ass condo, honestly. 30-year-old with issues that all I could afford, and for what, just to say that I could afford it. I just was not into that idea, and I really wanted my own place. To answer, do I regret it? Absolutely not. I am really happy. I don't really have regrets because I just don't feel like it's worth ruminating on stuff like that. Obviously, sometimes I say it, but when I look at the bigger picture of things, you know, everything is a learning lesson. I kind of know more about the area that I want to live in now. I know what I want in an apartment. I know what to expect. I know kind of what I want my next step to be in terms of housing. I've definitely changed my viewpoint on home ownership. I've just trying to not look into home ownership as a way of like investing or in my investment. It is one way, but I don't want my entire retirement to be all in properties or a property. I just don't think it's the safest option. Anything can happen to the house. Like, it's just, there's too many variables, and it has reduced a lot of pressure that I was putting on myself to buy a place. And yeah, honestly, all I can say is I really don't mind renting. And if I were to buy, I would buy a townhouse or just a house in the future. My views on condos and stuff has completely changed. So I know there's probably going to be a lot of like pushback or other opinions on it, and that's totally fine. You are more than welcome to think that way if you'd like. I just know for me personally, my mental health, I just needed to get out onto my own and feel like an adult. I was just feeling very stunted and very cooped up, and I just had to get out. I think the people that already have houses and are in that market are very lucky to have gotten in when you did. For people like me who haven't been able to buy anything, don't have any help from anyone, or doing it all on their own, it's not as easy. It's not impossible. I think you just really have to be determined to get into the market, and I'm just not that determined about that. I have other aspirations that don't involve a building. In terms of rent, past year, I have spent $20,000 in rent, literally $20,000. Obviously, my brain always just goes to that could have been a down payment, but also I feel like I would have shaved my hair all off and gotten a bunch of tattoos and just gone off into the deep end if I didn't move out when I did. That's the price I have to pay to keep my sanity. Groceries, $6,618.54. Car, around $5,000. Investing, I'm trying to up this, but it's only been around $3,700. I have paid down my student loan in the past year by $3,126.75. Yay. I'm finally below $40,000. If you guys don't know, I was around like $70,000 worth of debt. 30,000 of that was from student loans. And the others was like, not student loans, but I had to use my credit card to pay for school and stuff like that while I went to school. And consumer debt, I don't have consumer debt anymore. It's just my student loan. It's at 0% interest. So I am not prioritizing it as of right now to pay it off. So that's just a monthly payment that I have. You know, I'm making those payments. My credit score is great. It's improving every time I pay off something, pay off a little bit. That number gets smaller and smaller. So yeah, I am happy with that. I did have to spend obviously a bunch on home decor, buying stuff, the couch, the chair, the coffee table, this bar stools, things that make me enjoy living in my space. I've so far spent $2,618.68. I've spent a lot on my hair. And P.S. I'm just going through like the spending breakdown list. I think YNAB is organizing it through what I've spent the most going down. So hair, $2,500. I have hair extensions. I get my hair done. It makes me very happy. I will be discussing kind of the things I have been doing to cut back. And so far my hair has stayed for now, but I do plan on taking them out at some point, probably after summer. Gifts. So this includes like Christmas last year, $26.60. Transportation has gone way down in terms of how much I've been spending on gas. This also includes oil changes and like anything car related, car washes. I put it into this category. So that's been 3% of my total spending of $2,281. Eating out, another 3% of my total spending the past 12 months. That is $2,150. Then there's self-care, the car insurance, household items are like my laundry detergent, paper towels, that kind of stuff. That was 2%. Around $1,200, then like clothing, $1,200, cell phone, $1,100, $1,200, closer to $1,200. Then there's like my hygiene equipment, which was replacing my battery, charger. I put anything that I've spent on scrubs. That was $1,172. My camera, only 2% of my spending, $1,087.22. I'm pretty sure I'm somewhat dyslexic with numbers. I have a hard time reading them out. My insurance to continue to keep working as a dental hygienist and license was total of $976.85. Activities, that includes just like if I buy a PlayStation game or a Sims game or like anything that involves activities, concerts, tickets, movie theater, that kind of stuff. I only spent $844. That's 1%. My Aura ring was $829.62. Then I have a bunch of miscellaneous therapy, medications, and then it goes into like chiropractor, YouTube expenses. All in total, I have spent $71,188.76. Luckily, I have made more than that in the past 12 months. And YNAB here is letting me know. My most frequent category of spending is eating out with 142 transactions. My largest outflow is obviously rent, and I have an average monthly spending of $5,932.40. I'm actually kind of interested in doing this in a year again to see if anything has changed. Prices keep going up with everything, but I am cutting back on stuff. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing if I can change any of this or what it'll be next year, compare it to in another year from now. That's how much I have spent living alone. One income, I guess I have two incomes, YouTube, but I don't make very much money off of it yet. I'm being optimistic. I do think that if I was splitting the cost with someone else, it would be a lot easier. I think just I'm not single, but living on your own and not having someone live with you, either like a partner is different from a roommate in terms of like partner, you're splitting everything, right? Roommate, they buy their own stuff, you buy your stuff, but you're just kind of splitting the rent and the utilities. All I'm trying to say is that if you have someone living with you, like a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, I definitely think it's easier to split stuff and spend less money on some of this stuff. So all you guys that are living alone, single girlies, men, don't have anyone to split costs with, I hear ya, I feel ya, I'm in that boat for now. I think that will change in the future, but for now, it just sucks having to spend all of my own money. I'd rather like to spend someone else's money for once. I've definitely learned a lot about myself living on my own, just on little things like how clean I like things to be and how much being home alone in particular like calms me down, and I genuinely just love living on my own and not having to answer to anyone. The downside is obviously the cost of rent, and like it's still like sucks no matter how much I'm deciding to go down this route versus buying a place. Like just having that money go to my bank account sucks, just does. I will say though, I'm learning that neighbors are more annoying than you think it will be, but not at the same time. There's construction on a new rental apartment building being built across for me that I am actually interested in potentially moving in there if there's like a 2-bedroom one. So we'll see. I don't think they'll be done for like another year. Having to hear that noise all the time, and it's always whenever I'm wanting to film, and it's the constant beeping sound of, I don't know if you can hear it right now, but they're trucks backing up. I'm just really honestly getting irritated by every little thing right now.
I don't know why everyone is deciding to message me. I don't hear from anyone all every week. And the second I sit down to film, my phone is blowing up. I'm just just anymore, I have to leave.
In terms of what I'm trying to do to save money, like I said, I will stop kind of getting my hair extensions. I've stopped getting my nails done, and it's making me sad. But my nails are kind of like destroyed, so I'm not gonna actually show you what they look like right now. But yeah, that's saving me about $120 a month, because I could push it to like once a month. I didn't like how my nails felt, and I am trying to do them myself, take care of them myself. It's not going great. That's why I liked paying someone else to do it. Am I opposed to getting nails done in the future again? No, because it was like just a little thing that made me feel like I got to do for myself, because I don't really buy a lot of clothes. I don't spend money frivolously. I am a really good saver and I plan things out really well. Like, it's just, I decided to do that because I was really nervous about my money situation, obviously, before I realized that I have made the most money in April that I've made in a really long time. Again, if you guys don't know, I quit a job, and so there's like a lag period between my new office, and so I've just been temping. I've been temping for like $10 more than my wage, so I've been working less and making more, which is really nice. Anyway, you guys, I hope that little insight helped with stuff, or you found that interesting at all. I feel like I have kind of become an adult. I feel like when I was living with my parents, I still felt very childlike and did not have like a lot of responsibilities and stuff like that. And it was great, and I thank them for it and grateful that I had the opportunity to live with them for as long as I did to pay off my consumer debt. Would I have been able to do that if I was renting and try and pay off debt? Yes, would have taken me longer, but I think it's just better overall for me and relationships that if I just had my own place. That's all. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys live on your own or what you feel about like renting versus buying. Go watch my other financially independent videos series if you want to see kind of my journey for the past like 2 years. I will continue posting videos about my journey. It's just that now that I'm not paying off debt, it's kind of hard to update you guys on a monthly or more like regular basis. It's all kind of slow going. But yeah, I thought I would just kind of reflect back on the 1 year of living on my own and just how much I have spent on everything. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.